Alright, so hello guys. This is another video, and the only reason that I'm in this form, Dark Link mode, is because there is something that I'm just really getting really pissed off about something. Which, so you see this guys? Yes, the Byakugan and the Tensigan. So all of you that you don't know what is the Tensigan, so basically it's a useless technique that is really is fucking useless after all, and it always gonna be useless from this population. And what did I mean by that? It because they have their own weaknesses and it's a useless technique after all, which clearly, so you don't know where I got that from talking about the Tensei gun. Well, it's clearly when I find out about a YouTuber talking about the Tensei gun, which later we're gonna talk about that. So let's talk about first why the Byakugan is more better, and it's actually one of my favorite clans in Naruto, since that the Hyuga clan is not actually weak and they're not useless. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first thought, so the first thing that we know about a fucking Hyuga, I mean, first of all, they're really fucking badass. I mean, they literally have those cool eyes technique, and clearly, as we see in the episodes and the games, so clearly, when we see a Shinobi Hyuga, which you can see one right here on the screen, so how their chakra works and how they actually works about using their Byakugan as about their only things that they could actually see, and they have like their own skills, and they have the best skills ever from these Hyuga shinobis. From starters, you know how the Kunoichi of Hinata, she's actually one of the best ones, and things from her Byakugan, it actually is useful. And even Neji's actually. So Neji's Byakugan and the other shinobis of the Hyuga clan, they have these strong Byakugan that they could see chakra points and weaknesses after all. It's 30% about, well, I don't know, it's 36% of vision that they have, which hopefully I'm getting that right. Hopefully, which I'm not really good with the vision actually, which I'm sorry guys. So the thing is about the Byakugan is actually the most fucking useful of the whole entire of the Naruto series, and I really like the Byakugan more better than the fucking Tensei gun, because there's the two things about that they are how the Byakugan works, and because since that it shows us in the series of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, clearly it's not how would I even suspect about, which what I end up seeing like the first, well, one of the other episodes from Naruto about Hinata Hyuga. But clearly the Byakugan is actually the most useful thing that it is in whole entire Naruto. I mean, I'm not saying that the Byakugan is more stronger than the Sharingan, but definitely the Byakugan is more stronger than the Tensei gun, which we're gonna talk about that later in the second. So that's why I prefer a lot about the Byakugan than the Tensei gun, because one thing, the Byakugan, the only way to awaken the Byakugan or the to have the Byakugan is that you need extra training, and that's not after all extra training. And not just that, so you were born with the Byakugan, you're lucky. I mean, there's this wait, oh man, sorry guys. Anyway, so just like as you can see in this image right here, this is actually Boruto Uzumaki. Yes, I make a art drawing parallel about the Byakugan, how he would look like and how he will hit it, how he would had been born with it. So basically the Byakugan is more actually really more stronger about than like the damn Jogan, which actually no, the Jogan is actually more stronger than the Tenseigan. So which clearly, I mean, I don't know what is in the right, or I mean I don't even know anymore, but clearly the Byakugan is actually the most noticed and the most thing about that is most noticeable. So basically I am already comparing two eye techniques, which the Jogen and the Tenseigen. So the Jogen is actually more different because obviously it's more stronger, and it could use a lot of teleportation of time, portals, and see chakras, fast point and weaknesses after all as well. When Boruto was fighting a crab, I mean, when Boruto was fighting the monster thing, I mean, oh my goodness, like, look at that, right? But first thing, actually, so if you want to know everything about the Jogen, I suggest to go to my other channel, which the link will be in the description. I did talk about the part only about the Jogen, which you will find that video link down below of is either in the in my download of, oh man, I can't really stay focused. I'm sorry guys, but if you check down, which I am gonna make this tutorial right here. So first go on here, and here and here and here and here as well, and there you go, you'll find my channel right there. So yeah, so I'm sorry about the, you should go to this description box, actually in the description. So clearly, anyway, back to it. So like I was saying, so about the Byakugan is actually the most stronger eye technique, and I prefer a lot about the Byakugan than the Tenseigen, because the Byakugan is actually the most strongest about the, that is actually been actually in your own body, that you awaken it actually. So there's many ways how you could awaken the Byakugan. So one, see, you say you have like normal eyes. Well, there's one thing. So all right, so let's take this breakdown where we're gonna think about this. So here's the thing. So about the Byakugan, see, you have it about birth, you're lucky. That's how you will have the Byakugan. And two, see, you were born with the Byakugan. Like I said, you will be lucky enough. All right. Well, I mean, it's like the same. I mean, I don't even know. I lost track. All right, but the first one, you would awaken the Byakugan about by birth. The second one is about mastering the Byakugan, and the third one is about, you know how Obito transfer to his own Sharingan to Kakashi. Yes, that could also work. So that happened with Neji Hyuga transpanning to Naruto's eyes to his own Byakugan, which it would have been useful after all. I mean, I don't know why Neji could not just like donated his own Byakugan after all. So that's why I prefer the Byakugan is more stronger and is more helpful than like anything that it would be everything about the Byakugan that I know. And that's the thing that I know about the Byakugan, because since the Byakugan is more stronger and is more healthier and it's more natural in some sort of way, and you could awaken the natural way about it, because since that is not the difficult about having that about the shinobi, so that's why I prefer a lot about the Byakugan. A lot about the Byakugan, that, and that I will always love the Byakugan about a lot about it, their nature, their genetics, the best genetics that they have. So you were born with it, so you master it, and that completely it or transfer it. Now, since I already talked about the Byakugan, and I'm sorry that I end up confusing you guys, but anyway, so we're gonna go to the worst one. We're gonna go to the red X right there. You see that red X? Yes, clearly. This is one of the things that I hate about the Tenseigan. So let's break it down why that I hate the Tenseigan, and basically why I'm always gonna hate that technique, because there's nothing natural. It's just gonna damage your eye things actually. So let's try to break that down, shall we? Alright, so here's the thing what I think about the Tensei gun, which clearly I hate the Tensei gun because one thing, it's not really natural. It's not really the natural way to awaken it, and it's actually really one of the worst about the whole entire about the Naruto movie actually. Which because there's nothing special about the Tensei gun. The only thing that I know is useless, and there's nothing to argue about it. There's nothing to argue because actually, when I end up watching this YouTuber, it's just that it did not give me any ideas or anything good examples about the weakness about the Tensegan, because the only thing that it ended up mentioning is only how the Tensegan is really more stronger, and that was really it. But it did not really mention about the weakness. So if you don't know what I'm referring to, okay, so basically you need a Hyuga member to take off someone's eyes, to transfer, to order to awaken the Tensegan when you get a shinobi Hyuga. Yes, you need to steal the eye from a shinobi Hyuga. So here's the thing. Once it's weak, two it's not gonna work, and three it's useless. And what do I mean by it's useless? It's because you don't really check about it, because one thing, when you take the fucking Hyuga eyes out, and clearly, and so you put them into your own body, and obviously it will be weak as heck. And what do I mean weak as I'm sorry guys, and what do you mean that it will be weak as fuck actually? Yes, it will be weak as fuck, because one thing, the Tensegan is actually one of the most useless thing, and is one of the most useless about in Naruto. So because what I end up to mentioning about it, so here's the thing, how is this weak? So you take the eyes someone from a Hyuga and you put it into your own body. So okay, here's the thing, that's never gonna work, because one thing is useless and it doesn't really help you. So because you don't remember about this thing when Hinata went with Toneri, and with Naruto end up getting that target hit by Toneri's Tensegan. Well, there's a reason why the Naruto was able to live. So here's the thing. So hear me out about this. So basically, Naruto is more stronger than the Tensegan. So than the Tensegan. Basically, Naruto, he was able to survive that crash and was able to survive that explosion. Because why? Because one thing, when you remember watching that scene, so you see some other scenes where Toneri is having a struggle about his eyes. It because clearly Toneri, it's actually basically one of the weak members of the Otsutsuki clan, and he's one of the weakens. And clearly, because the Tensegan is actually one of the most weak Aito Jutsu, and those eyes about the Tensegan, it's actually really weak. It doesn't really matter how much you try to teleport, but because after all, the Tensegan will give you a bigger cost. It will have you to be blind. It will have you to struggle to see the vision that you're trying to see. So what I'm trying to say is, so you take someone's eyes and you put it in your own body, your body would actually reject it actually. Yes, it will reject your own eyes, your new eyes transplanted, because of your body. It means that is not the natural one that you were born with. So that's why Toneri was a weak member of the Otsutsuki clan. And that's why, because since that he stole since that Toneri stole that from Hanabi, so that's why Toneri having that struggle about to get that extra vision and to see more better. So that's why Toneri is weak after all. And that's why Naruto was able to survive the explosion, and he was healed off quickly actually, and he was really getting really healed up by Sakura. So when Naruto was actually got exploded, Naruto obviously, well, Naruto did not got exploded. It's just that the thing is, when Toneri end up actually using a jutsu that is not noticeable, that's where Naruto end up surviving. So basically, the Tensei gun is the most useless one because Naruto was able to be healed up by Sakura. Because by this, the Tensei gun is showing us that it's useless after all. And it's really useless because one, Toneri, he was actually never have natural eyes. Two, those natural eyes of the Byakugan end up being stolen from Hanabi. And three, you're struggling about the eyes that they were not, even that it doesn't belong to you. Yes, those eyes, they doesn't belong to your own body. So that's why you end up actually having that reject, like, clearly because your body is reacting, which, see, you steal someone's eyes and you put them on your own body will reject those eyes because that means that's something that you would never had been born with them, and they're not your natural eyes from your body. So that's why it's the useless technique of the Tenseigen. So let's give an example. So here's the thing. So why could a Kakashi not steal Obito's eyes? Well, why Kakashi could not steal Obito's eye when he was crushed down by a rock? Well, here's the thing. So Kakashi ended up stealing Obito's eye away from him. Well, clearly, is he end up putting on himself? Clearly, the body will end up actually rejecting the eye because it's something that you were never was born with, and something that you never was born with it, and it's something that you never had it for when you were born actually. So yes, your body will reject that eyes because since the Kakashi did not steal Obito's eyes, instead it was transparent to transfer into Kakashi's eye in order to use the Sharingan. So that's why, because instead of Kakashi stealing Obito's eye, it's decided to be transparent to transparent it into inside of Kakashi's body instead. Because the Kakashi had still Obito's eye, let me tell you that his right eye, he would have been blind, which basically it would have been useless because stealing someone's eye, it would be useless actually. Even in reality, also in reality, so you steal someone's eyes, you would actually, I mean, basically, I mean, even like what is like seen in the anime, obviously. So when you steal the Byakugan, the only way to activate it is by stealing someone's Byakugan and putting it on yourself. But since that your own body, it will actually reject it because you did not wake it in the natural way. So you're struggling with the eyes about getting a extra better vision than your natural eyes. So that's why Toneri was weak enough, because he was already weak and he could not control his eye. So basically, there's no argument about this topic. The Tenseigen is more weak than the Byakugan. That's where I'm saying right there. because since that the Tensei gun, since that is a weak Tensei gun, the most thing, and since this one of the most weak of all times, and it's actually a distinct eye technique. In yes, it's the distinct eye technique, which no one did not know. So clearly about it, which really doesn't make any difference right there. But yes, the Tensei gun is actually one of the weakness of like about the whole entire of the movie of the last Naruto the movie, because you watch clearly about the last Naruto the movie, you had seen actually how the Tensei gun is actually really weak and how it's useless after all, because one, you need to steal for a Hyuga member, and two, to put it on your body, and three, you're to way to awaken the Tensei gun about it. But that's why it's weak, and clearly because you're gonna end up like blinking a lot. You're gonna end up like covering your eyes with your hand or your arm, and you're gonna have a lot of struggles about blindness because you're struggling with a eye technique that is distinct and that it's useless after all. Because see, you're a person that you were born with your own natural eyes, and see you trying to steal the Byakugan for a Hyuga member, your own body is going to reject those eyes because you did not awaken it the natural way, or you were never born with it the natural way. Those are the two things. You were never born with the Byakugan. That means that you can not steal a Hyuga member's eyes. And two, see you did some training that will still not gonna work because the Tensei gun is it would actually, well, I guess see you actually do some training of like the natural way, I guess you were able to, but no. But basically, um about the thing with it's just that see you're a person where you were born with no eyes at all. Well, that means that you cannot awaken the Byakugan, neither the Tenseigin. Only a Hyuga member who were born with the Byakugan, they are the ones that they could actually awaken it. And that could only be Hinata, or that could only be like Naruto. Just imagine how Neji gave his own Byakugan to Naruto inside of him, just like with Obito and Kakashi. So yes, so the only people that they would awaken the Tenseigen, it's only the Hyuga members that they were born with the Byakugan. But since that eye technique is one of the most useless one in of the Naruto of the last Naruto the movie, is one of the most weak ones, and it's one of the most weakness of all times. It's weak, it's useless because obviously you need a Hyuga member to to have those perfect eyes. You would actually need to put it on yourself, and you would actually would awaken the Tenseigen. But that actually how you end up guys seeing this, it's just that it's useless. It's really useless after all, because one, your own body is gonna reject those eyes, and two, you will struggle by blindness, and three, you struggle by blindness and more, because those eyes, they don't belong to your body, because the body will reject it even in reality. So why do you think there's many people that they struggle about the eyes, about having blind, about that they're struggling? It because even say you do, let's just say when you're actually like when you're thinking about to operate your own eyes, right? So you're thinking about yourself to operate your own eyes, but it will come with a costs. One, you will have a lot of struggles about being blind and struggle about having blindness. And two, you'll struggle a lot because one, your own body will reject it. And two, the eyes that you've been given, those are not your natural eyes. So that's why that is the reason that the Tensei gun is useless after all. So clearly in the last Naruto the movie, clearly when actually that Toneri used the Tensei gun, since that he stole the Byakugan from Hinabi, that's why he is actually struggling with how to see more better. It because it's causing him to be blind. Because one, he stole the Byakugan from Hinabi, and two, those are not his original eyes, and those are not his natural eyes. So that's why he's one of the most useless of the last Naruto the movie. Well, if you guys find this video helpful, make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, click on the notification bell so you will never miss this upload. And I will talk about more topic about this. And clearly it's not a theory, it's a topic actually. It's not a theory. Remember, it's the topic about, it's only the topic about the true origin about the Byakugan. So which the Byakugan clearly wins about this one than the Tensei gun. So yes guys. So bye guys. Have a good day or have a good night. How every time you're watching this video. Alright? So bye guys.